Hey guys, this is Benny from No Mate Effect, and I'm coming to you from hot and sunny Miami, and today I'm going to talk to you about leaf spring shackles.
Before we get into all of that, I'm Sophia, and I'm going to show you what a leaf spring shackle actually is. This is the leaf spring shackle. The leaf spring shackle is what connects the leaf spring to the frame of the car. In order for the leaf spring to actually work, the leaf spring shackle needs to be moving freely in order for everything to dance together, and ours is not. So now that you know what a leaf spring shackle actually is, here's Ben to explain to you what we're doing about ours.
So this is the leaf spring shackle that came off the car, and it's really rusted. These parts are supposed to be able to move. So basically this goes onto like a leaf spring hanger on the car, and then the leaf spring comes on this side, and this is allowed to move as the spring compresses up and down, and it kind of bounces up and down as the car goes over bumps or like turning around corners and things like that. So not only did I damage these getting them out, they were also really rusty, and they were really bad. And there's just like, they're heavily pitted. I mean, they look strong enough. I wasn't worried about them breaking. Well, maybe some of the other ones, but not this one. It's just that they're not being allowed to move freely, and I couldn't get them off the car without actually damaging the threads on these bolts that have come through. So we reached out to our friend Mike from Exit Off-Road, who lives just down the road from us here in Miami, and he's a fellow Aussie. And he's hooked us up with these Dobinsons shackles. And they come as a kit of 2. And I just thought I'd point out the differences between what he supplied us compared to what we had on the car originally. These are the shackles from Dobinsons or Mike, and there's just so much different about it. They look different. Like, comparing these two things, they're just so different. Like, they're the same size. Like, we're not trying to get a lift out of these. I know some people get extended shackles. It's not really what we were going for. We're looking at getting a 2-inch lift on the car anyway. We don't want to add anything like kind of dodgy to the car that's going to like really affect the drivability or anything like that. So just comparing these two, like I've seen a lot of other like shackle upgrades, and the shackles are generally more thicker than the ones that came stock on the car. It's not the case with the Toyota FJ62s, because they actually have really thick shackles. So that wasn't really what I was going for. But as you can see, these are like nicely anodized or something like that. And so we're not going to have any like rust issues moving forward. The other thing with these ones is they actually have a grease nipple on them. So these will fit our the standard bushings that go on the car, but we're not going to have issues with the rust getting onto these pins and seizing up the shackle, because we're going to be able to grease it, and this has got a really nice rust-proof coating on it. The other cool thing about the ones that Mike supplied is they're actually an anti-inversion shackle. These go on the very front or the very back of the car. The ones in the middle don't need an anti-inversion shackle. They still would need a greasable pin, but they don't need an anti-inversion shackle because that's not something that happens at the middle hanger of the spring. So in this case, it's going to be facing towards the back of the car, and this is going to be facing towards the inside of the car or the diff. And this is actually going to go and touch the frame at times when this spring gets put under a lot of force. What this actually does is stops the shackle from inverting all the way up. I used to have a 70-something FJ62 Land Cruiser, and I was always having to like jack my car up and uninvert the leaf springs, because it had happened specifically on one side. I don't know why, maybe I had a problem with the spring or something like that, but I always used to have that problem, and this will stop us from ever having this issue. So we haven't actually taken this car off-road, so we don't know whether this was an issue or not, but it's just something that we decided to get to safeguard us for the future. We're just literally upgrading it to something that's 30 years newer than what we had on it originally. So I'm not actually a mechanic, I'm a photographer, but I've done a lot of research on these, and I think everything that I said is right. But if I'm wrong, call me out below, ask me some questions that I might know. Like and subscribe to this video, because that helps us a lot, and also follow us on Instagram to see kind of what we're doing day to day, because we can't update our YouTube channel as much as we'd like. I hope everybody is staying safe, and I hope that this video about shackles helped you go for a poo, or like just gave you like a couple of minutes of relief from the world that is happening now where you can't go anywhere. No Mate Effect out.